Hi, I'm Deborah Katz, and I'm very excited that you're joining us today for this very special episode of the Psychic Explorer Adventures of the Spirit. Today we are filming on location at the Seven Center School of Yoga Arts, a spiritual hotspot in West Sedona, and we are very, very grateful to have with us one of India's most beloved and respected female saints, Shree Maa. And Shree Maa means respected Holy Mother. And we are very, very excited to have her today. And we are also joined by Swami. So we have a very exciting show for you. And we have many questions we're going to be asking Shree Maa about her life and about her life's work. So hello there. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Now, you have had a very interesting life. And if we can start off with hearing maybe a little bit about your childhood in terms of, have you been doing your devotional work to God and to the Divine Mother since a young child? And how did you first get into your spirituality?
I'm born that way. When my mother was pregnant, so one saint told my mother, a higher soul is coming and I'm giving to initiation to you.
Oh, wow.
And that saint gave initiation to my mother. And saint told, when she will born, when she will be 2 months, please come back. I will give her initiation. When I was 2 months, and the saint gave me initiation also. I was 2 months.
Wow. So very young.
Yeah.
And so
From my childhood, I know only God.
And so did you spend many hours in meditation even as a child?
Yes. When I was 4 years old, from 4 years old, 3 times to worship to God. Early in the morning, wake up, to look, mirror, and I bow down to myself first. So, in sun also, sun salutation from 4 years old.
Wow.
3 times a day puja. Puja means, that worshiping, worship to God, and God is discipline. That whole life from my childhood went that way.
And then I heard that after you finished your schooling, you went into the forest of the Himalayas.
Actually, not after school. When I was studying, I was living near jungles, mountain, big mountain. And once in a while, I went there and meditated. And my family didn't know.
Oh, really?
Hiding. Because from my childhood, my guru, Ramakrishna, told me, see, if you express your experience and you lose, keep hiding everything.
And so was there a point when you finally were able to not have to hide it any longer?
Yes, and when I was like 15 or 16 years old, I could not control myself. So automatically I'm going samadhi. Automatically. And that time I could not hide myself anymore.
And at that period, did you stay in samadhi for a long time?
Long time. Sometimes 12, sometimes 7, sometimes 5.
And can you describe for people who aren't familiar with that word, what that means or what that's like to be in that state?
No, I cannot explain that. We say that word, neti, not this, not that.
And is it
But beautiful.
It feels very good to be.
Beautiful.
Is there, for people who would be desiring to obtain that state, is there something that they can do to
I
achieve
don't know
that?
about people has a desire. I never know I have a desire for that.
It just spontaneously
Only-
happens.
Only I know God spontaneously came to me.
Mm.
And when people has a desire, they do spiritual practice to
Yeah.
make themselves purify, and ultimately they reach that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there a particular practice that you encourage people to do?
I never forced anybody to do practice. It's, I do whatever I do. If they like, follow me.
Mm-hmm.
That I do. But one thing I like to say everybody, speaking truth, it is important.
Speaking truth.
It's the dark age, it's very hard to do spiritual practice sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Dark age. But speak truth always, and that is tapasya.
Yeah. And what if speaking truth sometimes means maybe hurting someone's feelings? Would you say to still speak the truth even then?
You can
Sometimes.
speak truth. Yeah.
Just always.
Why you think he will hurt if I speak truth? Why? You have to speak truth
Yeah.
to purify themselves.
And do you find that it's more difficult to meditate, do your spiritual practice here in the United States versus maybe back home in India?
I'm same everywhere.
How many hours of meditation a day would you say you?
I think I stay 24 hours.
24 hours. Always. That's wonderful. I think I'd like to do that myself. That would be nice.
Meditation, it does not mean you close eyes and sit in one asana. I will say it, every moment you respect your action.
So can you tell us a little more about that? How can people enhance their lives on a daily basis or even minute to minute by basis? Do you have some way of thinking or some way of seeing the world in order for people to do that? Because so many people spend so much of their time worried about what's going to happen in the future or what has happened
Because
in the
they
past.
don't know themselves. They are worried. They have no goal. Their life. From their childhood, that kind of teaching they did not get from their parent.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think confusion.
Yeah.
Most of the people. Parent is very important. They are the first teacher, our teacher. At first, every parent has to be changed for their child.
So what can parents do with their children to direct them on a spiritual?
It depends everybody's desire. You cannot force anybody. You cannot force anybody.
So say, like myself, I have a son, he's 1.5 years old. What could I do to make sure he stays on a spiritual path?
Yeah, you do practice yourself regular, and he will watch you.
So as long as...
Discipline. Yeah. One day you will say, my mom was that way.
Well, that seems pretty simple.
Yeah, it is simple. Life is simple. Very simple.
That's wonderful. So, in the early 1980s, yourself and Swami here, you came to the United States. And why is it that you came to the United States?
Yeah, why I came? The whole universe is my family. Okay. I was 1982. I was doing spiritual practice in the Himalayas with Swamiji and other disciples also. And Ramakrishna, you know Ramakrishna?
I've heard of him.
Ramakrishna. My guru, Ramakrishna, was telling, okay, you have to go now, foreign country, It's all over country. You have to go do fire ceremony, show what is truth, what is divinity. And that time, whole world will be peace.
Mm. And did he tell you about any maybe specific future events that would be happening? Anything about the future?
I always think about present to make nice. When you will make a present nice, future will come nice.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too much future.
Mm. So, when you were spreading your message to the people, what if there was one thing that you could have everyone understand, what would that be?
So I always give my pure love.
And so, I had a friend who went to see you several months ago, and she had described how just walking in the door and seeing you, her heart just opened up and her entire life changed. How is it that someone can just be in your presence and have that kind of experience?
You should ask her. You should ask her. But I always say my children, I'm giving three things. Pure love, inspiration, and appreciation. These three things keep yourself.
And do you feel that there's different energies or spirits or other people or gods working through you when you're singing?
No, I don't think about that.
And why do you think you as a spirit have been
I never think about you guys are telling. I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
I came to do His work.
Did your family, you said that they didn't always know that you were meditating or what your practices were. Was your family supportive once they understood how your path was?
Yeah, they did support.
Yeah, that's good. And so what now is, how long are you going to be in America for?
I'm eternal here. I don't know where is America, where is Russia, where is India. I have no discrimination for that.
Oh. Are there any certain places you enjoy more than others?
I enjoy everywhere.
That's wonderful.
Everywhere.
So you seem very happy and very joyful. And for some people in their lives, they're not so happy. So,
because they are too much attached.
So if someone has too much attached, how can they not be so attached? Because some people...
If they do duty perfect way, I don't think so. They will be attached.
Mm.
Yeah. And God, another meanings go on duty. Only our attachment make everything's problem.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. If you think your son is you brought through God,
Yeah.
and if you surrender to God, and you can see how much you are blessed.
Yeah. And I guess sometimes it's hard to not be attached because I love him so much, but...
You have to love. You
Yeah.
have to love. Yeah. You have to give pure love all the time.
Yeah. But also know that he doesn't belong to me. He belongs to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are all instruments.
Yeah. And one thing that people wonder about, we've heard about how when you've spent many hours or even years in meditation, how sometimes you would barely even eat.
Yeah.
So how is it that you are able to stay alive?
That time, I could not tell who I am. Always samadhi. And when I wake up, like 13 hours or 14 hours or 8 hours, when I wake up, people gave me little juice. Devotee gave me juice. It went a couple of years, and most of the saint told if she stay this stage, she'll not live anymore. She'll leave body. And that moment, Swamiji came.
Oh, wow.
That moment, Swamiji came. It was beautiful story. Could I tell?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So when Swamiji came, I was in this Assam, so Guwahati, Assam on stage. And that same, I was samadhi like a whole day. And next day, I came back morning 9 o'clock or 9:30, and Shamji was sitting here, and lots of my children was crying. They always thought if I am 24-hour meditation, mother will leave body.
That you won't
They
come
always
back.
thought mother will not come back. Therefore, the whole night, whole day, they're chanting for me, mother should come back. And that feeling was really beautiful. And so when I came back, it's feeling somebody's pulling me down, pulling me down. And that experience was really beautiful. And Shamji was sitting here, and I wake up, I open my eyes, I told Swamiji, what do you want from me? And he told me, I want boon from you. Swamiji told me, I want boon from you. So, want boon, okay, I'll give you boon. He said, no, I want word. Whatever I want, you give me boon, that boon. He told me that. I closed my eyes, and so after half an hour again I came back. He said, what boon you want? And he told me, you have to stay this world and protect this world. And he was crying. Everyone was crying. It took time to give that word. I told Suki, okay, I'm promising you I'll help. From that time, he started to feeding me, because I was a 60 pound then.
Oh,
60. Started slowly, little food. Started to feed me.
Yeah.
But when I came back America, I started really good food, like a little boiled rice and stuff. It was hard for me also in America because, Swamiji took me one university to give a lecture, and I went totally beyond myself. When I opened my eyes, whole hall was empty.
Oh, really? They had
Gone.
Gone already.
But after that, I thought, no, I have to take care of my children.
Yeah.
For that purpose, I came.
So have there been times where you consciously thought that maybe you wouldn't come back? Have you ever?
I cannot tell you, when you go, you cannot tell anything,
Yeah.
express anything.
And when you go, do you remember what it's like when you come back?
I'm not fine that time.
Yeah. So, are there some people maybe who have never experienced that, but then later in life they start to experience that? Or is it something that
Oh, many saints.
many saints?
They did so. My Guru Ramakrishna, he did lots of practice.
Can you tell us anything about your guru?
I think most of the people knows about Ramakrishna.
Yeah.
Swami Vivekananda's guru.
Yeah. Do you find that having a guru is necessary or essential in order to have a good spiritual practice, or do some people not need gurus?
Yeah, I think, everybody has a guru, they don't know themselves. Everyone has a guru, like it.
So maybe
Yeah, you know, our life is very simple if we pay attention to ourselves and respect ourselves. Every moment you learn. Every moment. It is beautiful human being to be a human being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very much a gift to be a human
yeah,
being,
it is.
isn't
It
it?
is highest one. It's beautiful.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
I think everybody is the incarnation of God, that I believe, because God makes us. But sometimes, you know, that higher soul comes time to time to purify this world. Yeah.
And so I guess we probably need to start wrapping up our interview. Is there anything else, any message that you'd like to give the people of Sedona or the people of America?
Just I can tell them I love you all.
I think that's good enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You are happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good.
Very good, Shree Maa.
Yes. We've just been speaking with Shree Maa and Swami, and I'd like to thank them so much for joining us here today. They're giving an event where there's going to be lots of music and chanting and smiling faces, I'm sure, at the Seven Center School of Yoga Arts located here in West Sedona. So thank you for all joining us, and we'll see you next week on the Psychic Explorer Adventures of the Spirit. Thanks a lot.